castle. You're faithful or you're a traitor. There comes Alan coming. One of you must go and we'll see you later. You're a traitor.
Hello to you all and good evening. Welcome to this week's Tally the Votes Traitors edition. We are here in the tally turret to cover it all, and with me is a woman who is truly a work of art. Hi, Christy.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Jamie. How are you? That was so
Well,
nice.
you know, it's been a week, and I think that there's a few things that we can cover tonight. So we're going to get to it here in just a sec.
Yeah.
Just a few things. I just want to introduce our next co-host. You know, we're lucky enough that our faithful groundskeeper has taken just a moment away from his canvas to join us here tonight. He's our legal Fergus. He's our Monet of men, and he's ours to share with the world. Our dear Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hey, I just want you guys to know how committed I am to this podcast, that I fly back and forth each week from the castle. And, and I barely got my painting of Alan done in time to submit it for this episode. So I'm looking forward to it. This was a meaty episode.
Yeah, it was.
Indeed, it was. Now, from masterpiece to a real piece of work. A man after Picasso's own heart, as he is above all things, a real goddamn square. Good evening, David.
That may be the most perfect introduction of my life.
Well,
so, nice to see you.
Oh my gosh. Well, listen, guys. So this is what we're rolling out here. Okay, this week the Traitors have managed to earn another $12K, which is going to bring their total to $800, $1,050 or 150,000.
Whoa,
there we go.
Okay.
Whoa, lost me.
There we go.
We're gonna put all the numbers out.
Okay.
150. What is it?
This is what happens when you have all of the totals that each team won, like lined up next to your main total. Just gonna read all the goddamn numbers.
I think from now on we have to count and read the numbers.
Or just maybe have one number on my screen, one at a time. And then what else do we got? We've got Traitors making meals of each other. So we get to have all of that drama. You know, it always seems like once one goes, the other two don't take long to come after each other. But
well,
it's like
one of
tradition at this point, right?
I mean, well, we all said last week we were kind of in agreement that we thought it was kind of scuzzy and stupid for Candace to throw that extra vote on Rob.
Yeah, she's
because
kind of setting herself
you
up
can
for
say
some.
it's throwaway, but it's and
It's anything but throwaway.
and exactly.
But I think it brought more sauce on her than it did him.
It did. I love the fact
It
that
like backfired.
she was trying to be underhanded with Rob. It still backfired on her.
Well,
Rob
she
is the
did
better
have-
traitor. She's not the best traitor, but she really thought she was.
She did have a whole table of other people that if she felt like she needed to do a throwaway vote, she could have done a much easier path for herself going forward.
Yeah,
but
she could have done Tara. She could have done anybody.
But before we get all the way to the round table, let's start at the turret between her and Robbie, and they're told you can recruit or you can murder.
Well, before that, can I first say that once again, we have another thing where he comes into the turret and
I thought of you. I immediately thought of
and
you.
Alan's being like as dramatic as possible. I sense the tension in the air. He's so right. But like when he walks in and it's all like very spectry and he's like, sup?
Oh my, I know. I love
Rob?
Candace is playing along. She
A little
understands
bit,
the
yeah.
assignment. She's like, good evening, and what's up?
I gotta say, Alan though had to be the most fun theater kid.
Oh,
don't you think?
Oh,
absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
He was down for anything.
I feel like Alan may have been the entire theater.
Yeah.
He wanted to play
a
all the
princess,
parts.
great. Play a prince, super. Horse, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Like no one else even tried out.
Yeah.
They were like, Alan's gonna get it. What's the point? Alan's gonna be the one who's lead every time.
He was like a real tryhard, probably. But we
And
love you, Alan. You're
I
the
like to
best.
believe, like I like to imagine, that he's very like, oh, every time he gets listed as the lead. What do you mean, me?
Oh,
Me?
really? Really? I never would have.
Oh my
Me?
gosh, I'm so flattered. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, sweet Alan. So okay, so they decide. We got to talk about this because this is like, it's not very often that we have a choice made in the turret that really gives us all these like alternate spokes, but
Yes,
we
in
have so
many
much
ways
in
it could
here.
have gone.
Yes, so we've got them deciding, okay, maybe we don't recruit somebody else. We've got Rob who's like, I think we should recruit somebody else, and we've got the idea of like, no. First of all, let's talk about that. Do you feel like Rob really was like, yes, I really do want to recruit, or was it like, or was he setting something up in that statement?
Oh, I think he was. I think he was thinking, if I seem anxious, she won't let me.
And he didn't want to. But also, if I seem anxious, maybe I can get her to say a name.
Right.
And maybe that'll let me know.
I guess that's true too.
I mean,
Kind of
he
see
could,
where she's at, maybe.
either way, it kind of helps him, right? Because either she's going to see he's anxiously wants it and go, absolutely not. Because neither one of them wants them to recruit somebody that might help them against the other one, right? 2 against 1.
I have this like, I mean, I don't know. I could definitely be giving him more credit in this than what it is, but I kind of see it like maybe he kind of plays at like having a recruitment because he already knows Candace has got her eyes on, like who he's closest to. And if it's like, oh, well, he might want to pull Colton in, like they're really close, like that's who he's going to want. It kind of pushes her towards the like writing his name down for murder. I mean, maybe, like I said, that
So
might be giving him more credit for the long play on this, but
yeah.
Well, I think you should give him all the credit because he did 2 things. First of all, he recognized she was pissed and he laid back and let her lead the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And when she did and made it clear she didn't want to recruit, then he laid back and let her decide who to murder. And she walked right into his trap.
Mm-hmm.
Like he played it perfect. He knew if they were ever going to work together, he couldn't make her mad in that turret again. And as soon as they left that turret, he had the insurance policy of knowing that she didn't want him and that she was focused on Colton. And he knew that. So he held on to that. And when they went out and clearly couldn't work together, he used that against her to maximum advantage. Like the reason, I mean, look, like we have to start putting him in context. If he ends up winning this game, this could be the best game we've seen a traitor play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I agree.
This could be actually kind of legendary reality TV play. I mean, it's up there with great Survivor plays.
It is strategic genius what he's done. And the thing I like that they did, even in this episode, they've given us a few of his confessionals where he explains his thinking. And it's actually way deeper than you think it is. And
nobody sees him that way.
So nobody sees him that way.
Oh, sweet Rob. Oh, sweet Rob. Listen,
no
grown ass man who's covered in snake tattoos and walks around in shirtless overalls is sweet anything.
And I love how nobody suspects him. Like, oh no, it couldn't be. Like he's got these 2 random votes thrown on him, and the traitor who got thrown out was clearly pissed at him.
Right.
It would seem like at least one person would be going,
But
He must be it.
the reason he's doing it so well is what he had said several episodes ago about how he's playing this game while thinking to himself all the time, I'm a faithful, I'm a faithful, I'm a faithful.
This is why the Colton move was beautiful, because no one would suspect him.
Right. And he has played a traitor game in the sense of, I don't really care if we all get to the end. Like, I can only win if I am there. And I can't save you. We don't have to win as a group. I can't save you at my game's detriment. So I'm sorry. And when he offered up, when he let her, knowing she'd picked Colton, not telling her, holding the information of, by the way, Colton's been telling everybody your name. So you might not want to hit him because it's gonna make you look suspicious. He just was like, no, I'm not gonna tell her. And so he looks innocent because that's his bud.
But you guys,
he
dropped a fork. You guys.
I know. She tried to make
that was really reaching.
Yes, it
was.
But
he dropped a fork.
Now, if Michael Rappaport would have dropped a fork, no, he never had a fork. That would never.
He doesn't use forks. It's against.
He just had his plate,
against
right?
his
He was
beliefs.
It's hard
licking
to
it.
drop it when you're.
It would have been
clenching it with your
suspicious if
fist.
Michael Rappaport properly used a fork.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
Michael
"Holy
Rappaport
crap, Michael Rappaport used a
silverware."
fork."
Well, and she made it so ridiculous. It's not like he threw the fork. He didn't like. He didn't swear. He dropped a fork. Like, And
this is the thing. Again, when we get to the round table, we'll push on this more. But this is the thing I feel like I can say, like, about this group of traders. One, Rob is an excellent trader.
So cool.
Candace has her moments, but as a cast between faithfuls and traders, it gets a little bit frustrating because Rob is good at this game, but the faithfuls are so bad. They're so bad.
Well,
I mean, like, really, they're so bad. We'll go when we get to the round table, we'll point out all of the bad.
But I want to touch on something Christy said, and I think Rob has brought a strategic thing to this game, that he has played the faithfuls like a faithful.
Yeah.
And he's been a traitor to the traitors. He's flipped the game in that he's playing like a faithful and he's eliminating the traitors. And the only time he pops his head up is to take out a traitor. And if you think about, if you would have told us all a week ago before the episode that we're going to lose Lisa, Colton, and Candace, three of the biggest personalities and most influential people in the house, and Rob's going to be sitting right there riding that wave and directing it where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's so impressive. And what's even more impressive is, unless someone seriously does some forensic examination, I think they will. I think Mark or somebody's going to be like, we need to start examining where Rob popped up and what happened. And the same thing, if like one person leads the conversation every time they do, they get a traitor, that's a little weird because nobody else is that accurate. But for where he's at and to not have much stink on him, it's really impressive.
Well,
over the last two episodes.
There's one more thing he's done. They're all sus on Johnny now. They all think Johnny's the traitor.
Mm-hmm.
How do you orchestrate that?
Well, you have a group of really terrible faithfuls.
Well, there is some.
Well,
I agree with that.
Him and Candace were so close. That's the only reason.
First and foremost.
So now he's going to look bad. But the thing that Rob did also was, and now it's just flown out of my head. Oh boy!
Well, while you swim for that, I just wanted to add that I thought that it was really great that our introduction to Rob this season, really, like his first standout moment, really, is when he is sitting there and talking about, like, when they did the first murder in plain sight and he was using
doing the chessboard. Yeah,
because when you watch this, I know it's cliche to say in these games, we hear it a lot, but in this case, it actually stands to be true. He is playing a game of chess against a bunch of people who are playing checkers.
And he made a pawn sacrifice this week.
Yes. He's using his own traitors as his pawns.
This feels like a alliance moment, like a Survivor alliance moment. Like he may have changed the game now.
No, it's where someone figures something out.
Yeah, it's
something
like, but
about
now the
game.
whole
Oh,
game
wait.
is going to change
Mhm.
as a result of what he's done this year.
Jamie, you said that it becomes suspicious when somebody pops their head up to orchestrate, and every time they do, it's a traitor. Except I think he's insulated here because it wasn't him pulling the trigger on Lisa. It was Colton, and basically Colton, posthumously making the case for Candace too, because everyone knew that he had said Candace. So can he hide in that?
And
Yeah,
because
he could
Candace-
definitely hide in that. But here's the thing: it was still a huge gamble because Colton had said Candace's name, but he was saying Steven's name a lot.
But when Candace threw out the throwaway vote, he had every reason to go after her, and he could say, "I went after her because she kept putting my name in her mouth, and I wasn't."
She wrote the script for her.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So he has deniability with the Candace thing because she gave him a reason for him to attack her.
And so they show Candace trying to partner up with Steven, right? She thinks she's so smart. She thinks, oh, I'm going to work with Steven, right? But even
don't work with the guy that people are going, who never says anything.
He doesn't.
That guy.
No, but when he got to the round table, after all of that time they showed them talking to each other, he was not swayed by her at all.
No,
it wasn't like not Candace. He voted for her quick.
No, not at all.
No problem.
Well, let's go to that morning, the breakfast. We've got the, oh my God, he dropped a fork situation of it all.
Were you all shocked it was Colton? I was.
But I was surprised that it was.
No, because it was brilliant. It was a brilliant move.
No,
well,
but I mean,
was a brilliant move for Rob.
But right, but Candace is the one who suggested it, and he just went, all right, if I have to.
Right, but when it cuts off and you don't know, I thought surely to God Kansas is going to not pick Colton because there's going to be too much stink on her. I thought for sure it would be Steven because then people would go, what the hell? Like I was shocked as a viewer it was him.
Or Eric, right? Somebody who was like, right? No, I was shocked that it was him. But as soon as you heard it was him, there's first the shock and then the, oh my God, he would even cut Colton. And here's the thing. Here's another thing about his gameplay is he is playing a game. This is not personal. He's making relationships, that's fine, but he's also playing a game. And
he's able to separate that.
Right?
He's playing a ruthless game.
And people can't, but it's still a game.
No, but I mean, Colton was like his number one, right?
Hold on a second.
And he let
the four of us, David, the four of us are playing poker. Are you not going to try to beat us?
Well, it depends. If, like, let's say, for instance, and this would never happen, Jamie has lost 37 hands in a row, I might throw one down to,
You've clearly never played poker with me.
Well, I'm not. It was clearly an example.
But
Probably
saying,
Brian would be the one bluffing.
Regardless, when you're playing a game, you play to win, and the people that are playing against you, if you get the best of them, they should have good sportsmanship.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, if we play Monopoly, it's a blood sport.
That was
give no quarter.
The thing that presses me about him, and this is when he did his confessional. And this is in preparation of the day. This is when he says, like, this is a game. And when when we had to talk about Colton, I hate it. Colton's my buddy, but it's a game, and I've got to do what I've got to do. The thing that's impressive about him is Candace is about as cold-blooded as anybody left in that place.
Yeah.
He out cold-blooded her. He stayed cooler.
He was
calmer.
He's calm.
She's emotional. That was the only
I think she's more ruthless than cold-blooded, Brian, because I think she's firing and emotional. I think she fires on emotional things.
I think that 95% of the pickle she found herself in was her own like I said, her own undoing. But it was like, this is some people, when they lock in revenge, they just can't keep their emotion out of it, and they get tangled in it.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there later.
I think the reason she was so mad, though, was because I think prior to him voting Lisa, I think she thought she was the head traitor. that she was making decisions.
She clearly was.
Right, but that's what she.
Well, she did call for a conga, you guys.
So right, so when
the conga leader is a leader,
in the rule, unless you're Gloria Stefan, you cannot call for everyone to do the conga. You just can't.
But when she is bested by Rob, I think it hurts her pride, and I think that's what gets her so angry.
Oh yeah, that would sting. That would sting so very bad.
Yeah, she thought she was playing,
and she was trying to play it back on him, and she couldn't even get one vote on him.
No,
And something that we see time and time again, especially in game like Survivor, it's just a theme we see all the time is you don't want to be the one person that's not in on the plan. Even if it doesn't even if it's not your name going into that urn, you do not want to be the person who didn't know that it was going to happen. And that's where she was. Mm-hmm. She had her alliance and she was left out of the decision and she didn't know what the plan was.
But not only that, if we rewind to the beginning of this game, there are these factions of people. And by and large, most people in the game were afraid of the housewives as a collective. Mm-hmm. And the housewives have eaten on their reputation for a while. Mm-hmm. And that's kept some of the, like say like a Tara or somebody, they'd be terrified to speak out against Lisa or to speak out against Candace. And this is a guy that low key took out like the two biggest housewives in consecutive weeks, lied to their faces, said, yeah, like this is what we're going to do, and walked in and cut their throats and voted for Lisa.
How does it feel to be the killer of housewives?
Yes, I mean when Alan calls attention to it,
I mean that was awesome. Come on, that would have been like the proudest moment of my life if Alan said.
Would it be your voicemail? Like it would be. You would.
It would be the rest of my life. Yes.
I mean, forget his desert cowboy.
It's you, Yam.
He should get the shirt for the reunion or something that says that he's the killer of housewives.
He can have it. He can replace it with the weird one that he wears now that I don't understand the inside joke.
I don't know the first word, but it's desert cowboy. But
Jamie,
like bad desert cowboy. I was going to put it there as my screen name and forgot.
Jamie, I don't want to short something, so I'd like to talk about it if you guys are okay, because we can come back to this. But I would like to talk about what I thought in the middle of a couple of great episodes. What I thought was a really fun challenge this week.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, it was fun.
Really, what a creative, no play on the fact that it is art, but
okay.
Yeah, what a creative.
You know what I like
game
about this challenge is that regardless of which side I would have gotten put on for this challenge, if I was in it, I would not have needed my inhaler. So I like this challenge. Okay?
Amen to this. I keep forgetting that we're in the same club. So just let it be known for everybody out there that if Chrissy and I ever actually do Amazing Race, our alliance name will be the Asthma Geek Club. So just sign up for the newsletter right now.
The two of you run would be.
I was gonna go with you should make your team name the Asmamas.
Yes.
There you go.
Breathing is a luxury.
And then I can just see that you're on the Amazing Race and you're like, I have to follow you around with the puffers. And you're like, David Puffer.
That is funny on so many layers.
It really is.
Well, when they do the challenge, another thing I thought was really interesting in this episode. And well, first of all, I think one thing we can note is with some people stepping off the stage, boy, does Johnny get a lot of airtime in this episode. Johnny is being elevated as a main cast character because of the disappearance of other people. And
because now his personality's bigger and can shine out.
Yes, there's room for his personality.
Ending, right?
No, but I think he's laid back a little more than he has this week.
Who, Johnny?
I think he really is going to start pushing now.
Do you think?
Oh, he looks so sad.
Do you think he's normally a person who's the biggest personality in every room he's in? And then because of Alan and because of Colton and Candace,
either that or he's the Robin to the big Batman biggest personality.
I was just going to say he is a professional figure skater. So check mark He's also a podcaster. Check mark.
And he does the actual like sports commentating
Yes.
first for like
Yes, of course.
ice
He's used to
skating, figure
people,
skating championships and stuff. Him and Tara are both do that.
but he's
They're
being
right
really.
now.
But I think part of this is, as we've talked about, Johnny is playing low key. I'm sorry, but it's not even like an accident. He is playing low key because he has an interesting aspect to what he's in compared to everybody else. He has got somebody that he is current day close to outside of the castle, not somebody who worked with him years ago.
Which is a huge advantage.
This is his coworker. Like,
what if
they podcast together?
But for both of them, I thought about this today when I was watching, because now they're getting some screen time. What if one of them was a traitor? Would the other one completely trust them, or how would they handle that, you think?
I don't know. That's why I was kind of hoping that the choice for a recruitment might be different, but just for that aspect of it.
Same. Also because there's stink on him now. And I thought, like, you throw him another traitor, they get him out, they might think they're done.
They're going to get real lazy with it, is what's going to happen.
Well, no, but if they had Johnny, they might go, that's it.
We can get him all.
We're done.
We don't even have to try anymore. We're so good now.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's an interesting situation he's in between him and Tara, because and it's funny because it doesn't seem like anybody else gets that they're still like, that they are like really close current day.
Yeah. Oh, they're not just, they knew each other once.
They
like
not?
They tried to act when they showed up there. Oh yeah, I know her. But like,
yeah, I mean, Johnny's talked about it multiple times. Like we like when they do the hug, it's always when no one else is looking.
Right.
They kind of act like, oh yeah, we've skated together.
But they don't take away their devices for this show, do they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they can't communicate once they go back to the hotel.
Oh, really? They do.
Yeah, they're sequestered at the hotel.
So they can't like use the internet to look up history on the other player or anything.
No, they're separated.
It's a very good point. It really could like rock the boat in a lot of probably negative ways that the producers wouldn't want.
And it's not very many days that the show films.
No.
So just a short amount of time.
Well, what did you all think about? I thought that another interesting twist when they're trying to pick the teams. And again, I like the design of the challenges this season. When Alan splits up the groups into 3 teams and says, but only the people going to the art, house
have a chance.
Can have a chance at a shield, and you all have to pick who those people are. And
again, this is where we see how bad they are.
Well, but I thought it was interesting to me that Eric is the one that says, let's not nominate ourselves. Let's nominate someone else. Like, I thought that was an interesting twist. And it's funny that Candace immediately pushes tries to push against Rob going and did she say Johnny that she wanted to go?
Yeah. I think it was Johnny.
Which I think puts some stink on Johnny, for the future. But boy, did the people really defend Rob getting to go and have a chance at the shield.
Well, okay, here's another thing. With these faithfuls, they will use anything to provide themselves anything, like dropping a fork. I mean, we make fun of Candace for saying, oh my God, that's your defense. Well, with these people, it could be the defense, because we've seen them say like, oh, you're going to vote for a housewife, you're out. You're not going to vote for a housewife, you're out. Like they have no standard. So when Candace is pushing for like Johnny and then they push for Rob, you can see the face Candace makes. It is not very secret. She is not holding her feelings back at all, how irritated she is. And I'm like, how do none of you see this?
She's so quickly, I think in her eyes, she so quickly lost control of her game. And she was just
and
like,
it sucks.
What?
It sucks for her, and I think this might be part of it, because she was in a stride. She had found a good stride. She was doing all right. She really was. I mean, like the stupid Congo line of it all. Yeah, she was doing great. But man,
I watched Lisa Rinna's exit interview, And she's still saying, like, I don't think that Rob's really that smart. And my belief is, and you know, you two correct me if I'm wrong. David's exempted from weighing in on this. I believe that both of them have probably been very angered and been discounted by a lot of mediocre white men
in their lifetime.
And I think that's what they believed he was. And he was a lot deeper, a lot smarter, a lot more cunning than they believed.
I mean, to be fair,
he's part about him. Right?
He's a young, handsome guy. He's been on not serious shows about being young and beautiful. He wears overalls without a shirt underneath it and a baseball cap all the time.
Right?
You know,
I wish I was in good enough shape to do that.
So, well,
you know what I mean?
Working.
But like, there's nothing about him where you're going to be like, oh, this is somebody I should take
So
seriously.
I think, so you're right on the thing about how they might have like a predisposed feeling on the archetype, right? But then they look at him that he's young, he's like, you know, Southern. They really totally discount him. So I think they think he's dumb and naive and young, but at the same time think he's going to be that type of man who's going to discount them. He's going when he's, you know what I mean? So he's probably
and they have
all of that in their mind.
I think that they had a very interesting beginning to their Traitors relationship too. So if you look in the past and you look at the beginning of most Traitors relationships, they get picked, they show up together, and then they're like all excited to see each other because they're like, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4 traitors. Now let's all work together. And they're like, yeah, okay, boo, I got you.
Let's be the first traitors in history,
and then like
to all make it to the end together.
But they're all like, they still are all kind of like, okay, sure. And then they've already kind of got their eye out right from the beginning. What's different about this group of traitors is that they came in, but there was one amongst them that was removed and had power over their choices, which made them be much closer than the initial group of traitors would ever be.
That's true.
And I think both of the women really felt that and pulled that in. And he was there like, I don't care. They just operate differently.
And he was just,
and it hurt them.
That boy in the turret, he wasn't going to be able to run the show.
If Rob got banished or murdered or anything in this game, he would have been like, oh man, that sucks. And he's going to be ticked off about it. Right. But these women were hurt. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
She's hurt. Candace is hurt. Her friend is gone. She was left out of the plan. She doesn't know where she stands now.
I also think he didn't, in their minds, show them enough deference to go along with their plans.
Yeah. I think that yes.
Do you think the converse is true? If she would have sent Colton home instead of Lisa, would he have acted emotionally? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's what I think is his superpower. He's unreadable.
It's a game.
Well, because it wouldn't have hurt his feelings if that happened. If anything, he would have been annoyed, but he wouldn't have been hurt.
Right. It's a game of moves, right? Just like chess. Someone makes a move. Okay, you can't be mad. You just have to analyze the move they just made and see what you can do to counter that. And that's what he's doing with them.
But I thought like the greatest encapsulation of Rob's game is he's in that room with the paintings and they're trying to guess, find the painting. Kristen finds the shield and she's like, hey guys, I found the shield. And his reaction is like, that's awesome. Cool.
Yeah,
and he just goes back to looking at paintings.
Yeah.
There's no stopping. Yeah.
And he is being an excellent faithful. He really is. He's being such a good faithful. He's just got this one sneaky thing up his sleeve. And that's where I feel like the true genius of his game stands. It's just that he really is the idea of playing as a faithful against the traitors.
There's something to be said for the people who realize it's just a game. We've seen them on Big Brother. We've seen them on Survivor. And I think they do better because they don't react out of emotion.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if I landed on Christie's hotel, I'd be pissed in Monopoly, but I wouldn't like blame Christy for it.
You wouldn't, yeah, okay, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
You just pay what you owe and move on your way.
You know
Well, I
what's
mean,
really,
it's
you know
the
what,
game.
David?
It's the game.
David, you
game,
are,
yeah.
David, you're spending a lot of time doing tabletop games with us in these scenarios, and like being like, "It's okay, ladies. Let me lay my jacket over the puddle for you. I got this. We won't get the Louis Vuittons are going to stay dry, honey."
He's wearing those, I think. 'Cause you
No,
and I
he is
know are
with
both-
his golden shorts. Yes,
We both have our sneakers on. He's over there with, yeah, exactly.
No, those shorts retired sometime in the 80s, maybe the 90s. I forget.
Again, others can be had.
Well,
I'm just saying.
while we all dream about retirement for just a couple of seconds, I would very much appreciate if our viewers could do us a solid and hit like and subscribe while we take a 5-second commercial break. All right. Did you do it? Did you hit the buttons? I hope you did, because then you're gonna know more things than you. We'll just ding ding. Oh, hey, look, your friends at Telling the Votes are going live. Just saying. All right.
Very, very cool challenge. Very cool.
It was.
I liked it. But
it was
they
a good
were
laugh.
so bad at guessing.
Oh my
Well,
god,
the one-
we were the worst.
The one team
was
was
pretty
really
bad.
good.
Right.
Yes.
But I thought the ones that weren't guessed were also very obvious. No.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, but again, that's the
Poor
we
Eric,
get
he
to
ate
see.
grass, and I don't know, Fergus, if you guys have natural or artificial chemicals on that lawn, but
You knew
put
Fergus
it
is using
in
the
his
natural
mouth.
manure.
I hope so, because I don't want him to get some sort of
I did.
dyskinesia down the road.
Or
from eating
organic
chemicals.
sheep products
At
only.
least it's,
Yes,
at least
yes.
it's organic, and
I did thoroughly enjoy the Alan being like, yeah, we're not really entirely sure if Eric is a dismembered head of a pig or a baby, a crying baby.
And that was so obvious too.
Like,
poor kid.
Like, what in the world? Like, that was a really good one. The way they had it all set up.
But the pictures
and Rob, why when Natalie's doing the thing with the foot? Like, no, she's not being an ostrich, Rob.
An ostrich. Yes, I like
Is
that.
she walking like an Egyptian? What is that? Weirdo.
Damn it, Rob. What are you doing here, buddy?
Hey,
terrible.
look, like nobody said his game was charades, okay? He's
But
not.
still, all he had to do was like, maybe this is for certain people visually, this is going to make more sense. They should have been like just uncovering all of them, turning them around, looking at them, doing that, kind of studying them in between,
Just a little.
And then,
right?
like, you just have to find the basic shape.
Glance over at the other paintings.
The basic composition of the people will tell you kind of the shapes and what you're looking for.
Well, I really do. I do love the idea of like not letting the group see the paintings, just having the clues of what the paintings are. I think that's like a really creative aspect to this, because then it's like, where does the chaos go?
No, but the really want to
see it.
Good.
They were. I want to see this game somehow, like in a group like game night setting. Like, I want to figure out how we could do this as like
a Raleigh game. It would be fun.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Right.
Except I might get a headache that night.
Well, some of us do.
Have to lay down.
What about Steven as the photographer, because he's got experience directing and
as a director?
That's a humble brag for you right there.
Yes,
because he's directed some things.
I did a little directing work.
He was the director of the team that hardly got any right.
Exactly.
It's a little avant-garde.
Yeah,
it's a little too Kubrick, buddy.
A little too A24 for this crowd.
But it was fun. Were any of those paintings actual paintings, or they were all like made up paintings?
I
don't think they're like real classic paintings. I think they were made up.
Totally made up, right? Some of that one that was all like shadowy blue was kind of
with cool. The Traitors, the ones that had the Traitors standing at the church.
Yes, That was one I liked. That one.
Yeah.
Jamie, that is a job you need to look into. You need to see if you can be the Traitors canvas painter.
I'm on it. I love looking at the set, when they're walking through the rooms and they have the paintings up, and I caught a new one this week that had like Alan's, like a new Alan's head being on one, like that I hadn't caught before. But I mean, yeah, you think about that. These set designers, there's whole departments that their whole job is to be like, what do we put in this frame?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and I'm going to actually talk about that in just a few moments when we go to Murder Banish Shields. So okay. I got to see a really cool video yesterday that I've never seen anything come from the wardrobe department. So we'll talk about that. But let's circle. See what I just did there? Let's circle back over to the round table, and let's kind of dissect what happened there, where Candace kissed her game goodbye. What could she have done to possibly cemented her feet in and turn it towards Steven? All of it. Let's just go through it.
Can I ask you a question before we do that?
Yes.
Can we split the difference and go to the discussion Candace and Rob have before the round table back at the castle?
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if Candace had a chance, this goes into my answer to your question. I believe she completely doomed herself when she gave him the heads up she was coming for him that night.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I think if she was gonna survive, the pulling him aside and saying, "You're a snake and I see you and I'm coming for you," gave him the time to make sure he was composed. He thought of what to say, gave him the prep time to go in and be cold-blooded as he was.
With zero guilt.
I think what we witnessed was the effect that having a career on Housewives plays in a game like this, because her, the meat and potatoes of on Housewives is, who do you got beef with?
Yeah, the confrontation.
You're going to tell that person you have beef with them. This is what I'm going to do. A, B, and C is what's going to happen to you. Just that constant like tension and confrontation. So
she's thinking about the actual show and what the producers are wanting to film.
She's housewifing him.
Still just playing the game.
She's totally housewifing Rob.
But this is where he does say, "I'm playing a game.
Yeah,
this is just a game.
Like it's called Traitors."
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was a remarkable conversation in that I've never seen an icier conversation between two people in this game where there was so little emotion emoted.
Yeah. There was like a lot of, okay.
Because they knew, I mean, even if either one of them had wanted to get loud, they couldn't, because it would draw too much attention to themselves.
I don't think he gets loud.
I don't think so either, but I'm given the benefit of the doubt that either one of them could have gotten loud. But in this situation, no, because the second one of them gets loud, everyone in the house is like,
gonna pay attention to it. Well, they already asked Steven to go, which I think I was thinking about that.
First,
isn't it interesting, because it's her and Steven, and who was the other person that was it? Dorinda, who walked over there and they said, "We just have a minute."
Yeah, and
they walked away and they were like, "That's suspicious."
Well, because right before that, they had already said, "Who do we think it? Like, who are the people that we are overlooking?" And Dorinda was like, Candace, right? And then
was it Dorinda that they asked to be excused and be able to have a moment together?
It was Steven.
Well, no. I mean, before that, and it was Steven and
her were in there first.
And her.
Oh, yeah. And then Rob and Dorinda walk in. Rob sits down eating.
But before they go in there, they clock that they're in there talking. They're like, "Yep, they're in there talking." And she's like, "Oh, so you, like, if that's all we needed to know, like that's suspicious." Yeah, because they had just been saying those two are two of the names that they had said maybe, because they had said that was when they went, Rob? And they were like, no, I don't believe it would be Rob. So that was how they got to
But it
Candace and
wasn't
Steven.
that interesting?
And they're happen to be talking.
And then
it's,
Rob comes in, and then they make Steven leave, right?
And then Dorinda's
Steven leaves.
And Lisa gave him all her gold. And like,
But
it just starts to line up in their heads.
What I'm wondering is,
she's in there worried about threatening Rob. Girl, you don't even know what's happening. It's rolling on you hard over in the other room.
What I'm wondering is that you see two people initially talking. Third person comes in. They say, "Oh, hey, can you give us a moment?" Third person leaves, says that's suspicious. Rob walks in. Now the one person, Steven, is asked to leave. He leaves.
And he's like, okay.
Like, does anybody see that? Because if we're going to feel like just one person asking for a moment to speak with somebody is suspicious, do you not see this? Like again,
well, maybe if if it was suspicious, perhaps what happens at the round table makes that suspicious. Oh, that was the prelude to the round table.
But I think it's only suspicious because they've already set in their head, we need a new person. Oh, I think maybe Steven. Now we're just going to look for every single thing that confirms our biased opinion. I think, but not Rob. Rob can do the same thing. He can do the same thing everybody else does, but no, not Rob. Man, it's going to burn their ass so bad at the end when he's like, and I'm a traitor. You don't get any money.
I think the reason I asked that is I thought this set up interesting because Rob gets the heads up from her she's coming. But by focusing on him, she misses that the tide has already turned against her. And she's wasting time telling him, I'm coming for you. And everybody else is marshaling against her.
Well, because again, I don't think she realized the tectonic shift that Lisa left her in a very bad position, and she just didn't recognize it.
And she's too busy trying to whip up votes for Rob, right? And telling Rob that she's
how many did she get? How many votes did she get, Christy? Because I forget.
Was
it not zero? It was zero.
Except her Rob own. Got, you mean?
Except her own.
Oh,
yeah. Well, and it's and like they said, this. I mean, this
she couldn't sway Johnny, for God's sakes.
This was the repeated thing. Is like, why would you say this is a throwaway vote and then put all of your eggs in that basket at the next round? The next table?
One is like
that's girl. If you would have just left it, if she would have just left it, she could have went one more round table and then got him.
She just wanted to telegraph for them to get Rob. That's all she was trying to do. She lost.
Well, I thought it was a brushback pitch against Rob for what he did for the vote against Lisa.
Oh, sure. Yes, that's what that was.
I don't think initially she thought it was going to do what it did.
But let me ask you all this. This is the question I had. Okay, let's put ourselves in Candace's headspace.
All right.
If I'm Candace.
Hold on, I need to put on cuter boots. Okay.
Okay. or some sort of print jacket.
Yeah.
Lipstick.
If I'm Candace, I have in my mind, I have two people that I use to get off of me. One, she's just like, they've completely let Natalie off the hook. Yes. Natalie's still out there that had a lot of heat on her. And because she's so mad, she lets Natalie off the hook. And she doesn't try to put
the spotlight on anyone else.
Had she put some heat on Natalie, the way Natalie went at Tara at this round table, Natalie might have caught some strays. And, I thought go for Natalie. That's one. Or Candace could play into the like, hey, people are looking at Steven. Like, I think it's better in my mind, instead of defending herself because people liked her, she defended her past vote instead of like trying to get people to look at a new vote. And I mean, if I'm her, I would have went for Natalie.
I mean, she could
right, but she could only see her anger at Robbie Bobby.
I agree, totally.
Right,
and I don't think she was able to take that next level in her thought process because she got
in her own.
I think there's a little something too to being like, if you feel like you have to get somebody back for something, right? In this case, her friend is taken out, a traitor's gone, she was left out of the circle, the whole thing. you feel like you have got to get some sort of revenge, or you have to get your place back over the top of this other person. I think in a lot of people, and I'm saying this because I could see myself being in this position where you get like almost panicked. Like I have to move fast because like I have to do it now. I can't wait until next week. Like I don't have some people just don't have that fortitude to just breathe and stay calm and like ride that wave. Well, they are going to like panic swim away,
but that's because I think
she ends up drowning herself.
The whole game. Right. She felt so relaxed the whole game. She didn't have to panic at any point until she was so shocked and blindsided with Lisa going home. You know what I mean? And
it isn't just because usually when the heat starts to come down on one traitor, it's almost customary at this point that the other two traders have to talk about it, right? Like there's a lot of heat on Lisa. There might be a time where we're going to have to make the cut just to save our own skin. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Me neither. Hopefully we never have to. And then that's the end of the conversation.
But the reason that I think that didn't happen, the reason I think that didn't happen is because those conversations were being told to Rob and Rob didn't go and tell Candace and Lisa.
Again, like I think David said earlier, if you want to view this game through the lens of Survivor, information and your grasp on it gives you the most power in the game, and who you share it with, who you don't share it with. Rob takes in information and selectively lets it out. He does not spread what he hears.
Well, he understands that sometimes not saying is going to be better for him, right? I mean, let's face it, when we saw that those were the three that were in the tour at the beginning of the game, and two of them were housewives, and one of them was this Rob from Love Island or wherever it was he was from.
We did the same thing. There's no doubt.
We were like, there's no way they're
going to get rid of him. That's the magic of this season in the edit. I mean, we all did it. We all
he's doomed. They're going to walk all over him, right? Mm-hmm. And he knew that too. And so his only way to find a way to get one over on them, or even to make it equal in power, was to hold on to information.
I'm just saying, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The fact that he does the weird, like, I'm going to catch these wild animal things and I'm not afraid of these venomous creatures, like all of this is so catered into exactly what's happening. He's quiet. He bides his time. He knows when to grab. He's not afraid of he's not afraid of venom. Yeah. He's like, I know how to handle it. Once I get my grasp of it, I know how to handle it. He doesn't panic. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, and Brian, to your point about information being power, can you imagine, if you will, it was not Steven sitting in that chair when he was asked to leave. Imagine it was Boston Rob, and they said, "Excuse me, can you have a moment?" He'd be like, "No, I'm staying here." And if they would have gotten up, he'd have followed him.
I'm not letting you guys talk alone.
Exactly.
I mean, just that's why the geniuses at the game are,
Well, I think the impressive thing is about what occurred in these conversations and led to the round table is Rob is really, really, really good at sussing out like who are the most faithfuls and using them to do his dirty work. And if you think of I've almost thought about going back through the episodes to see how accurate he's been. I mean, the way he's built his credibility, he was right about Ron in the three-way tie. He was right about Ron. Everybody else was wrong. He voted for Lisa, but nobody listened to him the next time. Turns out the next time Lisa was. Who's his best friend? Colton. Colton gets taken out. Well, if they're taking him out, that probably means him and Colton were onto something, and now he takes out Candace, another traitor. I mean, this guy has built at least 5 straight votes where he is credible as hell.
But does it end up
does
that end up looking suspicious, though? Does that end up going?
He only led the charge in one of them.
That's true.
At least from the edit. Nobody is looking at him.
And even if they were, these people are so bad at the game.
And that's just it. I think we have like that perfect combination where you've got one side is just so bad at the game, and the other person is no credit taken away from him. He is really good at the game. but where the impressive part is, he can see where he can plan out his moves. Like I said, this is like a chess game. You know, he can plan out his moves 2 or 3 moves ahead of time based on the repetitive pattern that these guys don't know what they're doing. So tell them what they're doing. If you have a group of people that don't know what they're doing, your job is to tell them what to do.
But here's the deal. They've gotten 2 in a row. Right now, they are euphoric. They are feeling a high. You saw how excited
they do. Think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They don't think they're not playing, Jamie. They think they're, oh my God.
Well, that's what makes the best dumb players. They don't realize they're bad.
Okay. This comes to me, and I want to ask your all's opinion. Am I crazy to say that Rob, as a faithful, if you look at him as a faithful, and they are looking at him, that this group views him in the same esteem and regard as Dylan was regarded 100%, by the faithful?
100%. Yes.
Very similar archetype,
right?
I
thought he has played such a duplicitous game of playing as a faithful that I think he's ascended as a faithful. He's considered like Dylan.
His name is Rob, and he's actually playing a pretty good game.
And he may be playing the best game by the time it's over.
Oh, I agree.
I am rooting for him 1,000%.
Is it odd to say this starts to feel like a Mount Rushmore of this show?
No
performance.
No, no.
I can't believe this season has come to this as horribly as it started. As much as we all were kind of mad at the first 2 episodes.
All of that chaos allowed him to kind of chill and watch and hover, and so. Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
The fascinating part about it is the big personalities on this show, and we were also disappointed with Ian and Rob C going out and stuff.
Yeah.
And but once we cleared the board and got space, that this guy may be the best Traitors player they've ever had, and they disregarded him. We disregarded him.
But I have one person I think might figure it out in my mind. Who wants to guess who it is?
Oh, it's Mark.
Okay, he thinks it's Mark. Anyone else want to hazard a guess?
Natalie.
Nope.
If it's not Mark, because here's my thought. Here's my thought.
I think Eric's figured it out.
There's one person that is like his ride or die. And if he does something weird, and she's not his ride or die.
Yeah.
But
again, not the person I have in mind.
If he starts acting sus, Moira is the one that'll call him out, because of all the faithful, she's had the best instincts.
Yeah, but here's the person I think ultimately picks up on him. I think it's Johnny. Because Johnny today, when they started really thinking Candace, he's like, you saw his eyes lit up. He's like, I got played. And that's why he voted for her.
Oh, he
figured it out.
Yeah,
he knew he was right.
So now, if he puts together that do you think he'll see what?
I think he sees more than people give him credit, because he's kind of that big personality, that big flamboyant personality.
Well, and somebody has to see it. I mean, point blank. We can tease him for being bad, but it would be exceptionally bad at this point to not. And Rob knows it. Rob knows that is the one. That's the one place that he's got to have some work to do to kind of dodge this, is that the woman who threw his name out
is gone.
Turned out to be a traitor.
They should all be gunning for him.
But
no one is.
But to be fair, she's a traitor. And we saw that when everyone was making a case for her beforehand, Johnny was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But they need votes for her. That looks sus on him, right? As if he is a fellow traitor trying to throw the scent off of her, but at the end wants to be on the winning side because he knows she's going to be revealed and jumps on there. So there is dirt on him.
Yeah, I mean, he does make
the whole thing with Steve in there. So I wonder if Rob can kind of hide with them a little bit. This is why I think that the recruitment was done poorly.
Well,
are we there now?
Yeah, I think we're almost there, are we?
Well, but before we go there, can we just say that for a war between traitors, this was a butt whooping. This was an absolute, like, I did not think the vote would be that strong because Candace had a lot of fans, but I think she did so poorly. And I think the way she attacked him was out of her character for what they've seen of her. That I think they all had a spotty sense. I mean, it was so off that this terrible group of faithful, like, almost all sussed it out and voted her out. Like, but Rob did say, like, you know, they're going to notice, and I've got to, like, it's a very dangerous time for me.
You know what he should do is he should make no moves the next one and let them throw out whoever they want, because it doesn't matter to him, right? As long as it's not him, right? So he can adopt the Sandra strategy. Anybody but me for this vote, and he does nothing to try to influence the event.
I feel that's likely. I feel that's likely the path he'll choose unless he hears his name. And then he's going to have to do something to move a little bit, at least get some eyes on someone.
Well, he's got the double dagger. Or
if he's smart.
He didn't use it.
If he's, well, I was going to say, the thing we haven't talked about, the dagger 6 is now the dagger 5 because Colton
they still have the majority,
murdered.
Don't they?
But they have the majority, and he's got the extra vote. So
I just think I'm glad he didn't use it because he still has it. But wouldn't it have been a little delicious if that he used it on Candace, because Candace never knew he had it.
Yes.
So I think it would have been. He didn't need to, clearly, but it would have been kind of like pretty. I like him. Because he's got to put it in the table, right?
He's in such a good position. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if he should ever use it, because if he doesn't, he's illustrating to the other 5 people he's trustworthy.
No, he's going to have to use it if one of them get in trouble. And
I feel like he's going to use it for
if
someone
he doesn't
else.
Use it, then Brian, it would be sus.
Right. But I'm saying in a situation like this, it would be sus to use it. I think, but like if it's like a 1 vote margin, and Natalie says, "Rob, I need you to use the dagger. I think I'm in trouble." If he does it to try to save one of the dagger 6 now.
Yep.
He could
more
really
faithful,
push himself being a faithful, like, over the top.
I agree.
It's the perfect prop. Like it really is. It's the perfect prop for the game that he's playing.
I think it'll get used. I think.
But did production give it to him on purpose?
I still think I still think that they increased his odds.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, it's like a rule. So okay. So we get the whole you have to recruit somebody and they have to accept or die. So like, who's gonna be like, oh, sorry, you know what's been really fun, but I just can't possibly be a traitor. I'm gonna go.
Now, do you think that when he is able to recruit, do you think production pushes or tries to sway that in any way?
Not him. I don't think they could.
I don't think they really need to. I think that there's always a possibility if they have someone who's just kind of meh out there.
I think Alan, from the way he called him a housewife killer, I think Alan is tickled to death with how he's playing.
And he's
Alan,
boy?
I think Alan knows he's got a hit on his hands, right?
Yeah.
He's got a legend of the game.
Yes.
So,
maybe more legendary if somebody busts him out on the last move.
Somebody please, who, I mean, unless we're all in agreement here, but like, can somebody who's not in agreement with me please explain why this adorable young man who swore up and down he heard Tiffany's voice and then reads the writing on his recruitment letter and is positive that's Johnny's handwriting. Like, why
apparently
is this,
Rob must have pretty handwriting.
Why is this genius the guy you're going to pick to be a traitor? Are you just setting him up for the slaughter? Is that?
I'm sorry. I want to go out.
Or...
I want to go on record as saying it's a freaking genius pick. It's not just a good pick. It's an incredible.
Okay, well, all right.
Why?
And I'm prepared to defend
Eric?
that.
Good. I want you to. Why Eric over Johnny?
Okay, Eric. Okay, because Johnny. Everyone is sus on Johnny right now.
Right.
So Johnny's probably going to go home next week, and you basically have to make that decision again next week. If you take Eric, who is the nicest, sweetest person on the show, who doesn't say much, there's no suspect on him at all.
Unless
Eric is
he
not
starts
going to
acting
buck
different.
him. No matter what he does, Eric.
I don't think that Eric is going to be able to lie.
I don't think. Yeah,
I don't think Eric has the chops
that's
to be like stiff
well,
upper lip.
do
Maybe
you
not.
put it past Rob to say, Eric, just don't worry about it. Turn around and I'll just
Sure.
do
but
it,
that
and then you
doesn't
won't
mean
have to
that
lie.
Eric's not going to be like weird. Some people
Now,
just are weird,
I
when they are
think-
stressed.
I think that's another evolution of the game that you could do that would allow a traitor to go out and spend a whole day acting like a faithful with
Because he has no idea who it really
He
is.
can genuinely act surprised. He can genuinely come to breakfast and be surprised about who it would be. But I think it's a good move for this reason. Like, Eric has caught 0 votes. He's not even in anybody's mouth. If Eric goes out and self-combusts, that's not going to be on Rob. That's going to be on Eric. And out of nowhere, if Eric starts talking about Rob being sus, people are going to be like, "Where's this coming from?" And if I'm Rob, I've got in my pocket. Remember when he was like talking about Tiffany's laugh, and it wasn't Tiffany?
Yeah.
He was a liar.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
I can see the points that both of you make. I can see.
Who would you pick?
And I'm sitting here and I'm
Johnny.
I'm going through it, and to me, Johnny is the choice. They look at, you can't do Tara. You can't do Tara because Tara is going to be too loyal. Tara's going to be too loyal.
But
to
again,
Johnny.
if they think Johnny's a traitor, if they pick him,
yes,
and they get a third traitor in a row, it's obvious then who's left.
How is it obvious that it's Rob if Johnny?
They will. How many more roundtables that they even say who they are?
Oh, did they stop? Yeah, that's right.
I don't think that it points anything more at Rob, anything more or anything less.
I think
it's
it
Johnny
makes them
versus
go,
Eric.
Yes, and I think if they had one more, they might start going, "Wait, that's 4. Did we get him?" I think they would start second guessing themselves.
I think it would totally screw their heads up. Like, I don't think they'd be able to recover from that. Like, going, how many are there? How many traitors are there? Oh my God.
Thing. Rob, the thing the reason why I thought production possibly had influenced him was because in his confessional he was saying that, oh, Eric would be good. He's really smart. He's strategic. He could be helpful to me. Dude, you don't need help. You're doing just fine. And it turns out you didn't need any of those other traitors. So from his game point, from his game point and the way that he's played this game, he should be looking at recruitment as, how can I use this to throw scent off of me and make
Eric does that though.
And no, it doesn't.
Because nobody's going to suspect him.
But it doesn't help him either.
If he starts acting awkward, it's going to put the attention on him.
Sure.
And
but he could, if he's so smart and
they're not close.
Strategic. Right. But if he thinks he's so smart and so strategic, how is he not worried that he's going to be able to come back and do to him?
Here's
4 votes have gone on
what I think we're not saying.
He picked a weak one.
Here's what I think is sitting underneath
Eric, you're not a weak person.
I don't think Johnny could ever whip up votes on Rob.
I think this is what's sitting under the surface. Okay. I think that maybe this is what's sitting under the surface for both Christy and I. I feel like Eric, above anyone else at that table, would accidentally let it slip that Rob was a traitor. Of all of them there,
but once you say it, you ruined the game. Yeah. You're not allowed to tell, but
you wouldn't mean to. It would just accidentally happen when he's doing his impression.
Start all over. Bring everybody back in.
Here's what I think. I think if you look at the people who have pushed actions in this game, you get taken out. The people that are passive, the Eric, Tara, and to some degree, if I had an alternate for me, I would have went with Mark. Mark doesn't have much attention on him.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much attention on him. But the thing about this group is that the quiet people that don't do much, like this group compares what you did today to yesterday, like dropping a fork or something.
Yeah,
and it's like you're gone. Like I think the quieter personality you pick, the better.
But now that's who they're looking at, is the quiet people too.
But guys, there's also this other aspect to it. Eric really isn't that quiet. We just don't see it. He had Tiffany rolling off her ass constantly because he's always doing impressions, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm being annoying again."
They haven't shown that for.
I think he's just gonna like go, whoops.
Well, we'll see. I know how we would have picked for probably the same reason, right? The same reason that I said.
But
like you just have him there as your meat shield. They vote him out. They go again, and it's like
they get themselves out.
He could recruit another one that they take out the next day.
I just kind of love the idea that he keeps picking people that are going to the slaughter. That's fun.
Just like somebody else to put in their path.
Well, no, that would be a much more dynamic game.
And they've go like, oh my God, every single time Rob tells us he's suspicious of someone, they're a freaking traitor.
They just keep like doing it. Well, Rob said we should, so we're going to, because we're part of the All Hail Rob group.
The other thing that I didn't like specifically about Eric, only not as a pick per se, but just when he starts reading, he's like, I like what he's gonna take one. No, I'm gonna just be killed and not be a traitor. I don't want to play this game as a traitor. I'm a faithful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, there's a little bit of extra there.
Home, then, because seriously.
But you know what the faithful should say? Eric, you're the world's worst forensic scientist. Nope. Stop helping.
What would what if this would be? It is when they're told they have to be a traitor or leave the game. What if they were told get murdered? What if they were told they have to be a traitor or leave the game with 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever kind of an enticement.
Also being murdered, but you get
you're out of the game, but you're getting 20 grand.
Life insurance policy,
right? Or whatever whatever amount production thought was compelling. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch what Rob said when he went into the turret before Alan came in? And when Alan came in this time, Rob said, "What's up?" When he first walked in the turret, Rob said, and I went back and followed it because he said, "Finally, some peace and quiet this turret."
Yes, he's like, it's all.
And then instantly, Alan walks in.
Yes,
and you thought Alan would be like really out, he wasn't.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Eric's a really. I'll say this: maybe it's not the right choice. I see it. And I want to see how Rob's game plays out because it's fascinating.
Absolutely. Maybe it is the perfect choice, and I just don't see it yet,
Listen, I didn't expect him to allow her to kill Colton, and turns out that was a great move for him. And I thought, like, ooh, when you have someone on your side, it's hard to let them go, but he let it. So that was a good choice.
And I feel like anybody else out there, if he wanted somebody that was going to be with him for at least, 2 round tables, you didn't want to just immediately get rid of somebody, then I can see where, we maybe use somebody like Eric. Because I'm looking at everybody else and it's like, Tara's a no because she's too loyal to Johnny. Dorinda's a no because the 2 housewives are gone already. She would instantly go after him on behalf of the housewives.
They're looking at guys. They're like,
yes,
they are. Yep,
they are looking
females have gone.
They're looking for a male,
have to get another guy in the turret so that.
But I kind of wonder,
takes it off of you, right?
I think Mark would be a good choice for him. I mean, as far as loyalty goes, someone who will work with him. I mean, Mark is a dancer, so he's used to supporting his partner, right? Like he's loyal to one person.
Supportive.
And he's a super fan of Traitors, which means he might just have the I'm so excited about this that you and I are gonna do this, he might have that thing, but
could you imagine?
I feel like Mark might
how
be
he would react if he got the letter. He walked in that room and said, Eric,
he would have
Eric saw the letter on the chair and was like,
he flopped, man. He literally did the Mark teenager you're gonna make me clean my room flop. Like it was ridiculous.
Mark would be happy. He would have done like a
You're right. Eric was literally like, "Oh man,
I got us."
A traitor.
Oh, sorry, I have breaking news. It's an urgent time. I just wanted, on behalf of the Tally the Votes group, to wish a very happy birthday to our own Dylan Efron. It's his birthday.
It's his birthday.
Oh,
well, of course, according to Boston Rob, it is. So.
His name is Dylan. He's having a pretty good day.
And I'm just
right.
telling you, boy, things are just
It's a good
going
place to go fishing for
up
likes.
for him, right? He's golden this year. That's who he is.
He's golden.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, let's settle this, and then we can do our feedback if you want, because I've got some, and I think you've got some. I think we got feedback this week. So, who would you have recruited?
I don't know. I try to play with it in my head a little bit. Like, what's the best option here? I think that Johnny would have been who I recruited, but I
like
would
a
do
good
it knowing.
mood, but...
Yeah, I would do it knowing that I was gonna have to instantly probably have to grab another traitor right behind it. But if I didn't even say anything, that's the thing. He doesn't have to feed them. It's Johnny. They're already doing that for him.
Right.
He can lay back.
So Johnny's going to go next week, so it's better to play a longer game and bring someone
Maybe. I would know that I would lose Johnny.
Loose lips
have
sink
to pick
ships, and
someone else.
He's not saying. He's not slipping.
But the
right?
positive
He's not
to
turning
this
on himself.
So the traitors evict Johnny, or I'm sorry, the faithful evict Johnny. Who does he send home?
The positive of this is if they banish Johnny and they say, "Oh my God, yeah, it's a traitor. We got another traitor." Now the door opens. Female, male doesn't matter again. We don't have to just focus in on the males as being the most obvious person you need to pick, because they're looking for males. You need to get that off of you. Now you can have male or female. That opens the doors a little bit for you. Now that Johnny is gone, who's the next best person that's totally not like It's Tara. It's Tara. That's who your next traitor is.
Yeah, that's
right.
I guess that's right.
Because then people go, "There's no way Johnny was a traitor. There's no way there was a recruitment last night, and there's no way he didn't recruit Tara."
But he's not gonna evict Tara. He's gonna evict somebody in his 5, so that he can be mad about it when he's a faithful or pretending to be a faithful.
I feel like Johnny opens a few doors. Either he stays and the heat's on him and not on you, or and because I feel like Johnny might be the one who's most likely to go, "Wait a minute, what about Rob? He's not going to do that."
I said that earlier.
Yes, exactly.
But if he's your traitor, he likely won't do that.
And when there's no murder, they're going to know there was a recruitment, right? So if it turns out to be Johnny,
they're murdering. No, Alan said specifically, and then you will murder,
and then they get to murder. Yeah,
they're going to double.
Otherwise, that would
be double eviction.
It's a double eviction night.
His perfect day, because they'd start going, "Who would Johnny have recruited?"
Yeah, I feel like Johnny would have been the choice. I thought, but I don't know.
For Rob to hide a little bit.
So now the faithfuls have to be thinking: were there 4 and now there's 2? Or were there 3 and now they're recruiting? They won't know, because there isn't the gap day.
They don't know anything, David. That's the important thing for you to know.
They sent home 3 in this game.
They know nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow, faithful.
But there's going to be a murder, and based on games past, that doesn't happen on the night of a recruitment.
So right. So they will not know somebody's been recruited.
Which is
so
another reason why it should have been Johnny.
Yep.
So I had another funny thought: is imagine a season of Traitors where instead of 3 traitors, you have 10. So they almost always get a traitor. Half of the cast is a traitor. And then they keep thinking they're so smart.
Why are we still playing? Is there still traitors left? I don't know. Every time we vote someone, they're a traitor.
I feel like the mental
wouldn't it be awesome?
would be faithful. Really challenging.
One faithful and 19 traitors.
I am Traitorcus. No, I am Traitorcus.
Oh gosh.
Well, guys, I think that we need to get into some feedback, but before we do that, because we are running long tonight, which is fine, it happens once in a while. Before we do that, I'm going to just have us pause again for another 5 seconds. Feel free to like and subscribe if you forgot to do that the last time, and we'll see you in 5 seconds.
All righty.
All right. Feedback. Who's going to go first? Who's going first?
Well, I just have a point before we start feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie, where for art thou, Maggie? You wrote us feedback. We got an email for episode 6. We got 2. We were excited. And yet It's like you've forgotten our email address, tallythefeedback@yahoo.com, because we hear nothing from you.
Well, maybe Maggie's busy this week. Maybe she has a life. Maybe she'll catch up with us.
Oh, is that what people do?
People have lives and don't just
People
watch
do
reality
things?
TV.
That's so cool.
Maggie,
Try
just
that
so we're
sometime.
clear, Fergus does not feedback shame.
I don't feedback shame. I'm sure we'll hear from her next week. Maybe she's still get
I
to
don't
watch
feedback
it
shame, but I definitely feedback fish.
Wow.
All right.
I'm going to ponder that.
Click this.
All right,
suspicious
Brian, let's
link.
start with you. Let's
I'm going to go first. This is from Blake, and Blake says that this season and the first season are my favorites. It's been surprising, but Rob is a cutthroat MFer, and I love it. I have a feeling they will eventually figure him out, but right now he's leading the way. And once he recruited Eric, he said, I'm worried about Eric. I fear he will crush under the pressure, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. See?
That's pretty much.
Thanks,
how I
Blake.
feel
Blake
about
gets
it.
our
Thanks,
fear.
Blake.
Yeah.
Thanks for our feedback for the first week.
Yeah.
Like that.
All right.
All
Chrissy,
right.
go
And I
for it.
have feedback from Victoria. Not
Victoria.
that same Victoria. Not the same one.
We can start our
a
own
new
here.
Victoria. She says, Traitors. First off, I think Steven or Mark would have been a really good choice for Traitor recruitment. And yeah, I think either of them probably would have been fine, right? Again, a male to help if one of them goes, there's that male traitor, right? And I don't know. I feel like Mark might have been a good choice just because I understand he wants someone smart, but he's been doing so good. Why would you want someone that might figure out to take you out?
You
I'm
might
just
be
saying.
a little bit too close to the
Maybe.
yeah, the love of the game, right?
It did just occur to me when you said that if you wanted somebody undetectable for like this week and next, you select a female, because they are only looking at men right now.
They are.
So
he
if you
doesn't
wanted
wanna
to choose
protect
the
them,
who's
he
going to have
wants to-
no dirt on him for a couple
But
of
he
weeks.
doesn't want to protect them. He wants to protect himself.
Well, but here's I
I
agree
hope
with
so.
that, but here's an interesting twist. Just to I'm curious if Rob knew that Dorinda cued in on Lisa giving Steven the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Like that might have tipped him to choose Steven, because that's a tie to Lisa, to the Traitors, that if he gets in trouble, he can.
But Dorinda said
focus
it
on
at the
Steven.
round table.
She did, but had he talked to her to have time to plan it, I think it. Like he wasn't able to sense how that played with everybody else. You see what I'm saying?
You know
that makes
what though?
sense.
Totally fair.
I'm recognizing though that these terrible faithfuls have literally every male sitting at that table. They have all given up something about one of those people that he could use as the telltale heart of the entire thing.
He's got a
And
couple
put on
people
there.
that could be
Because they just throw their blame everywhere over every little weird thing.
Sorry, Christy, I didn't mean to derail your feedback.
No, that's fine. Victoria continues. Second off, I don't think Eric's a good choice because he would get too flustered and too nice to lie. And
we're a little bit worried if he can pull it off. Yes.
And third off, Eric is so cute thinking that it was Johnny because of the handwriting.
World's worst forensic scientist.
He's really great.
Yeah.
It was really great.
Yeah.
So
keep singing, baby.
Glad we're not the crazy ones. See, people agree with us.
Well, I got to say on number 2, she's wrong. Eric was a brilliant choice.
Well, she agrees with me and Jamie. So
stay tuned next week where Eric looks
right.
at a sandwich eaten by the traitor and identifies the bite mark as another faithful.
but now he does it correctly.
Oh my god. Oh my god. David, do you have any feedback on your end, David?
There was some Facebook feedback, I think.
Well, I've got that pulled up here.
All right,
we have some feedback from our friend Dennis. He says, I feel silly because I didn't realize until today that when I saw Traitors promo on Peacock with Alan Lipinski and Weird, that they're only on this particular season to promote the Winter Olympics. They've both been pretty neutral so far. Do you think the other players were prohibited from banishing or murdering either one of them until the games got underway?
Oh.
Wow, a conspiracy theory by Dennis. Imagine that. Color me surprised.
You know what? It's gonna depend on how it turns out for both of them in this game. If they both make it to the end and Rob beats him because he's still a traitor and they're both there, then I think that was just, I don't think production was saving them. It was just.
Well, they're definitely there to help promote the Olympics for all those obvious reasons.
But they surprisingly haven't talked about the Olympics at all. I thought they would be prompted to do so. Like to mention it.
Maybe that comes once the Olympics start, which is at what, like 7 o'clock it starts?
It would happen like while we're doing this, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was the opening ceremonies were going on before.
Right.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I am probably going to check out the figure skating to see if they're commentating. Because I think it'd be fun.
I'm going to check out the figure skating because I watched the figure skating.
I mean,
some of us are real fans.
Well, yes. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on, if I remember. But I think this will give me the motivation to make sure I watch for it to be on.
I think it's really important that Johnny do well so that we can have more figure skating people come on to the Traitors. Like, could you imagine like Scott Hamilton, like the second they get a traitor, he does a flip?
He can't do a flip anymore. I bet you he can't do a flip anymore. I'm just going to say.
But can we give Tara kudos for at least being self-aware and having twice had confessionals where she's just said,
I suck at this game.
I don't know
what's happening.
Okay. Emotional intelligence on Tara is off the charts. She knows just what she said.
I wish she literally said it to Nat where she's like, I'm sorry I did that. Like that didn't make sense.
But she's acknowledging it, right?
Yes.
So it's when the people say something that the other person knows, you're saying you're accusing me, but I'm a faithful. Why are you accusing me? And when they keep doubling down, you're just like, oh no, I think I'm going to have to come after you, right? But here's Tara going, no, I shouldn't have done that. That was wrong.
That was bad.
That doesn't usually happen. You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry. Okay, guys. Well, thank you everybody for the feedback. Very appreciated. Now, before we close all this out, we've got a quick little game of Murder Banish Shield.
To
play.
Can I banish twice this week?
Well, here's what's interesting. First of all, we have to make it clear. Is the turret cloak an outfit? I mean, like, is it in this game? Because we see it anytime he has to go there. It's the same one. Like,
I say it is not an outfit, even though, like,
but
for the whole show it is, but for any given week.
Yeah, but for the sake of Murder Banish Shield.
Do you think he should vary that? I think he could do like a ton of shit with all black that would be really cool.
Yeah, come in there with like a leather cloak.
Yeah, right. Change it up.
Yeah, see?
Like
Alan, man,
Alan,
your fabulous game is slipping a bit.
With a mohawk.
Also, could we have one episode that was all in black and white? I really want that. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh, what if they cut to it?
Yeah.
Like for the round table, it cuts to black and white.
Just like, I just want to see. I want to see. There's so many places we can go. The show is growing. We'll see what
if they did that,
our
friend Scott would just his head would explode.
Or like a flashback, any flashback.
Yeah, like they don't, the way they edit it, they don't do it in normal. And then they're like, oh, this thing you didn't see before, that's in black and white.
Oh,
that's
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we have our ideas out there for production, we're going to play Murder Banish Shield.
Just giving them away for free.
But guys, this time, we only have 2 outfits. We really only have 2. So we can't really Murder Banish Shield like 3 things. But
so use it
I don't care. I don't really care. The rules are flexible, and in this case, we have to talk about one of these outfits because it's pretty damn cool. Okay, so first of all, the first wardrobe that we are going to discuss is when he comes in at breakfast, which is the Professor I call it the Professor Upholstery outfit. I'm fairly certain that my grandmother had an armchair in that exact same print. But head to toe suit, cool shoes, like
with the
like
floral, right? It was
yeah,
floral
like that
upholstery,
floral,
yeah.
the
Like a
floral
tapestry,
jacket.
like a woven
yes,
brocade. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's outfit one. So the fun thing about only having 2 outfits is Murder Banish Shield isn't so strict. So
Okay.
you don't
So
have to get rid of one if you like both.
And you can present it that way. You can be this or that. So go ahead, because now you can just say the second one, and then we can
Then the second outfit, this is what's so great about it. The second outfit is the first outfit, but it has been painted on. So if you look closely at it, the wardrobe department had taken that suit and they had gone in with paint and they painted over every detail in that first suit. So
yeah.
And we're talking down
That's
to like
cool.
these great little details. And if you go into the first suit, there's a little bit of a clue that it's coming. Like there's some paintbrushes in the pocket.
Yes.
He's got the little, like the blue hair, which was really cute.
Where it's like all sticking out all crazy.
It's so cute. But like
flipped it with
the idea of taking one, when this season has been kind of wackadoo on some of these evolutions and they've been so heavy with textiles, I really, really enjoyed the idea of taking this one outfit and the evolution. It just gets deconstructed to a painting during the painting
but
challenge.
Also it fits with the theme of the painting. Like that was all very well orchestrated. They pulled it off beautifully. I have to say I really liked the paint outfit with the paint on it better.
Same. That's my murder, for sure.
Yeah, murder for sure. And then his little hat and everything, is I mean, come on.
I hate to be the contrarian here, Jamie, but there were 3 outfits this episode.
Oh, do tell me what the third is that
I'm going to murder that outfit, which I think was fantastic. I'm going to banish the armchair upholstery breakfast outfit, and I'm going to shield Lala's outfit.
Oh, sweet Lala!
Oh, Lala.
Lala had a full-on outfit in the painting room
with her little like jewel on her head. She was the one wearing the bling.
Cute. It was so cute.
I love. You know what's so great about Lala? Like obviously she's adorable, but it's just even greater when you have Alan talk to her. He goes,
"Oh, Lala!
He's like, come on, Lala. Did you find the shields?" It's so cute. It's
Come,
adorable.
Lala, we hunt for shields.
The love for that cute puppy. Let me tell you.
Nope. You know what? You might be right, Brian. That might be the right.
Oh, that melted the ice around my heart from weeks of snow.
Your cold Kentucky.
Okay,
heart.
So Lala, you say Lala murdered that, so then it does.
No, Alan murdered it, but I'm shielding Lala's outfit, banishing the breakfast upholstery outfit.
Well,
I love it.
And they were all not everything was pretty good this week. There wasn't any of them that was like, "Ooh, what are you doing there?"
They were. I'm going to be a contrary here because
of course.
I banished them both. Alan, you are fabulous. 9 out of 10 this season. This was a failure. Horrible. Wasn't into it. You look like my grandma's couch and she smelled like cats. Not a good mix.
Well, I have to say, in a season that was filled with strange wrapping paper costumes and gems glued to your eyebrows.
This is what I'm here for.
That this is the worst one.
No, I just can't.
I feel like the painted version of this jacket might be my favorite outfit.
Well,
I was him like worst of show. Wow.
Oh no, see, I thought it was really cool.
No, so I think this was designed to be in Jamie's wheelhouse this episode.
Fair point.
That is fair. But also, I think that like you can't banish the breakfast thing because that you had to have that visual to appreciate what came later with it, right?
It's the birth of it. Yeah, the birth of the evolution.
Except Lala stays.
Well, she's she is a queen. She's
not
the
going
real
anywhere.
queen. We thought it was Alan. It's not.
It's Lala.
Well, Well, guys,
And you get to talk to.
everybody here, it was wonderful to have you here. And again, thank you for the feedback that we got from our friends.
And the feedback that we know you wanted to send.
That we know. And if you would like to contribute to the feedback section, you can go ahead and email that department at tallythefeedback@yahoo.com, or you can catch us over at Facebook and Instagram. Apparently, there might be some TikTok things happening. You could also listen to us anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast on the Jay and Jack Hole Enchilada feed. And special thanks and high fives to those Patreons who contribute at a certain level. They are Eckhart Ricker, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Poopy Head Mailman. If you would like to become a Patreon and get all of the crazy Jay and Jack extras, then march your cute little behind over to patreon.com/JNJack. There's just a few more episodes to go, guys. There's like, what, 3? We got 3 more episodes?
Where we're at?
That's it.
Wow, that's it.
We have 2 more weeks. Then we have Jamie's Hell Week, where Jamie
then
has
Hell
to
Week.
do
I got to get through Hell Week.
Australian Survivor, Survivor 50, and the final.
You are going to be stretched like Taffy that day.
And be in Branson, Missouri for half of that.
Girl, well, it's gonna be a lot.
Some hells are assigned and some are chosen.
Yeah, you know what? We have that lull in December where not a lot's going on, and then all of a sudden it starts chugging.
Where we jump right back in.
And in February it is.
Well, yeah, it was like we had that month off. It's like woohoo! And then,
yeah.
Now we got work to do. We've got work
shows to watch.
So just got those 2 or 3 more episodes. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see, but Traitors' behaviors or bling.
Anyone want to hazard
what kind of bling is coming to us? Predictions? I have no
for
predictions.
next week. Anyone?
Eric's going to go, Rob's a traitor. Oops.
Well,
Eric's going to go, I'm a traitor.
I didn't sleep very much last night.
Because I was being recruited.
They had to fit me for my robe.
But not a traitor robe.
But I thought it was Johnny.
Next week on a very special episode of K-pop Traitor Hunters.
My gosh, okay, I gotta mute them to laugh too hard right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Johnny. Don't you guys think that's where it'll kind of go to?
Either, I feel like
it's
you're
headed
right.
that way.
Either Johnny or maybe Steven, because
I think Johnny's self-aware enough to realize it's coming and put it on anyone else. So I think Johnny may, do a little jiu-jitsu move there.
Well, if Dorinda starts pushing the whole thing with Candace and Steven talking, and she still has a hold of that thing with the rocks, maybe she can. I don't know.
Does anyone else love how surprised Dorinda is every time she walks at breakfast? Like, she's still here. I can't believe I'm here.
She's just surprised the
rest
gone.
of the people on that table go, you know what? They want us to think it's a guy. We've mentioned before that it could all be housewives. There's one still sitting here.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, yeah. It could happen.
Maybe. Could.
Maybe she could be I don't know. That's what's so great about this show, guys. We don't know. It's been a fun season because we don't know. But we're going to be here next week to talk about it.
Sure.
We are, and I'm going to be controversial as my final comment. Dorinda's not happy because there's still a person there with melanin in their skin at a significant degree.
Does seem to poke at them.
So,
and that stings a bit.
Yeah.
So,
does seem to have a specific target.
Mm-hmm. Ouch.
Seen it.
Brian, throw in the heat.
Listen, if
what
else is the groundskeeper going to do? The groundskeeper's here to shovel the shit.
Listen,
I'm a man of the
Dorinda
people.
Apologist before you were like, Dorinda's pretty great.
No,
we all thought she.
I was not.
He was all excited when she made it past the first episode.
I was not an apologist. She'd not done anything yet. Okay,
yeah,
I was a naive.
It was a fan, and then it was like maybe not.
I was a Dorinda Eric. Okay, I was a newbie. I did not know.
Okay, that's fair.
I thought her handwriting was somebody else's. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was Johnny.
Well, guys, you can go ahead and chew on that until we see you
Johnny.
next week. In the meantime, please look out for each other and go do something nice for a stranger. Good night.
Love
Good
one
night.
another.